Hello and welcome to the Family Wealth Planning Partners Bourbon Show, formerly known as Burgers and Bourbon. So thank you very much.
Is that what we're calling it now?
I don't know what else we're going to call it. We keep talking about keep talking about coming up with a new title for it, and
we never do.
We never do.
But that generic name right there might just be the best one because that's what this is.
That's true.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Friday afternoons in our office. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Especially when the market is tanking.
Right? Yeah, we've had a couple of bad weeks, and it's kind of crappy weather outside after 4 days of
It's been crappy.
Arizona type heat.
Yeah, exactly. Out in the west.
That's what I'm actually getting. I'm getting sick of the heat here, so I figured I'd go somewhere a little more cool. So I'm actually heading to Florida tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
So I need to cool off from all the heat here we've had lately. So all that to say, today we've got quite a treat. So we have a little bit of a unicorn here sitting on our desk. We've got a bottle of Blantons that Mr. Chris Vaughn has secured over
by
at
pure luck.
By pure luck down at the Buffalo Trace Distillery. So we've been doing the collection of Buffalo Trace bourbons here on the show over the last several weeks. Last week we did the E.H. Taylor. Fantastic. It's been years since I've had Blantons. I've not had it. I think it's probably been at least 4 or 5 years since I've actually had it. It's significantly harder to secure now than it used to be 4 or 5 years ago. This used to be a semi-regular thing that I would have, in my bar at home. Not so much anymore because you have to go to pretty great lengths to try to find it anywhere. The way that people collect these bottles. So, and not even so much the bottles, but also the lids.
The lids. That's exactly right. One of the cool things, if you don't know this, and I believe there's a picture of it, if Miss Producer can throw it up. The racehorse on top. There's actually, I think it's 8 different variations on this. Each one of them has a letter in the lower left-hand corner. I believe this one was an N.
That one is,
yeah. This is the N. So if you put them in order, they spell out Blantons. And more importantly, the racehorse actually is moving. It's like an old-fashioned stop-motion movement, so it looks like a racehorse is running. So that's kind of cool, and that's one of the reasons why these bottles are so collectible. Now, my attitude is bourbon is for drinking, not for collecting, but you can still collect the caps and enjoy the bourbon. I think that's awesome. What makes Blantons so cool is their claim is that they are the original single barrel. So we've talked about single barrel bourbon in the past. Mm-hmm. It's not blended with other barrels to make sure that every bottle is the same. Every bottle of this is unique. And Blanton's takes it a step further. Instead of saying this all came out of one barrel, they actually will tell you on the label, and if you can throw that up there, they'll tell you exactly which barrel this came out of and where in which rick house it was located. Yeah. Where this actually got started is, I believe, back in the early 80s. They discovered that there are some places in the rick house that just flat out yield better bourbon than others. And correct me if I'm wrong, please email us if I'm getting this wrong, but it's called the honey spot. That spot in the rick house just makes better bourbon, and Blanton's comes out of the honey spot of those particular rick houses. That's why it's so good. Eric, I'm with you. This has been one of my favorites, if not my favorite, for a long time, but you just can't get it anymore unless you want to pay a lot of money for it. And we discussed inflation on the show last time when we did E.H. Taylor. This is $250 a bottle now, if you can find it.
Not retail, but
no, not retail. Retail on it is $63.
Explain how you got it again.
Okay, I got it because I live not that far from the Buffalo Trace Distillery. I'm in Shelby County, so it's about a 20-minute drive. And I picked this up yesterday. I was in Frankfurt for my 16-year-old son's driving test, right? And when we got finished with the driving test, because it's so close, I looked up on a Facebook page that I'm on, and they said, hey, it's Blanton's Day today. And it's been more than 3 months since I bought one. So I ran over, and sure enough, they still had some there. They do run out. They only put one of their allocateds out each day. And when it's gone, it's gone. But they happen to have Blanton's. First time I've had the luck of being there in the right time. So I said, I'm going to go over and get that, and we'll do that on the podcast tomorrow. So,
and here we are.
Oh, and one thing I will throw into this, a couple of stories on Blanton's. There's a lot of pushback in some of the bourbon blogs and Facebook pages about it's really not that good. I wouldn't buy Blanton's, blah, 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 blah. Well, let me tell you something. At our bourbon night event, we get people that range from the genuine novice all the way up to the full-blown bourbon snobs that come to that. We all have a good time. And there's some serious bourbon on that table on any given month. A few months ago, somebody brought a bottle of this in, put it on the table. Most of us hadn't had it in a while. So everybody said, yeah, I'll take a pour of that. And it held its own, even at 93 proof. You know, normally the higher proof stuff has more flavor. Even at 93 proof, this held its own against everything on the table. And there was stuff that retails for $200 on that table that night. Mm-hmm. This still held its own. In fact, everybody said, yeah, that's the best thing out here, which is, that's amazing that it can make that kind of claim. It's that good.
Yep. So what are we waiting for?
Oh, I'm ready to drink. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's great.
You okay over there, Chris?
Oh, it's a spiritual moment over here. Oh, that is so good. I can't. There's nothing about this I don't like.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's just, it doesn't drink like a 93 proof. It does have more of a bite to it than that. There's so many different flavors going on there, and all of them are good. I'm looking for shiver factor back here. What we got?
Not bad.
Not bad, she says.
Yeah, it drinks like something harder than a 93.
Yeah.
It's definitely got a lot more flavor than most 90, 93 proof
Yep.
bourbons you would find. All in the mouth.
Yep.
None in the chest. Doesn't sit. Well, it sits with me in my mouth. It doesn't sit. I can still taste it, but it's not gonna.
It's not burn.
There's no burn.
There's no burn.
No.
Nice and smooth as it goes down.
And the flavor really fills up all of the different tasting areas in your mouth. I mean, it just hits everything. It checks every box. And if I'm not mistaken, let me add to it. There's no age statement on Blantons because they don't specifically go by it has to be this age first. It comes down to what the master distiller believes is it has now reached the correct flavor profile. And I believe 6 to 8 years is the target, but I may be wrong on that.
Yeah. I'm not the best at trying to figure out the tasting notes. You know, I taste this, I taste that.
Right.
I feel like I actually taste caramel.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And it is a little on the sweet side.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of flavor.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of flavor. So
It's complex, which to me, I like that when there's just a lot going on.
Caramel, vanilla are kind of the two that I'm getting.
I'll be honest with you, I don't want to put a cube in this one, so
I don't
think I'm
wanna
going
put it
to.
I'm thinking I may break the rules.
I don't think I'm going
not going to. I'm not going to ruin.
I don't have enough left really to put a cube in.
Well, you can have more. I don't have a problem with that. No, this one will not be staying in the office. This one goes home for me to thoroughly enjoy. So enjoy it while you can. I'm with you. You don't fix something that's not broken. This is just about perfect.
It's good.
There's no way I'm going to water that down at all. That would be a ruining.
Don't need to.
Waste. Yeah, it's too good. And I've had this with watered down a little bit before, and I know I like it better neat. So, what do you think? Now, do you want to try it with a cube in it? No, she likes it neat.
She's got a Coke over there. Do you want to try it with some Coke?
No, you do not.
I think it's too close.
It's good.
Just in case.
That's good.
We don't want to mix the premium bourbon with some Coke over there. Is that okay?
I might be having palpitations right now. Wow. Oh, that's so good.
So let's give it our rating. We'll start over with Chris.
9.5. That it is that good.
I'm gonna go with a 9, and you know,
Yeah.
all the shows that I've been on, I don't know if I've ever given a 9.
No, definitely not.
So I mean, Blantons is one of my top 5. I love Blantons, so I'm gonna give it a 9. It's great flavor. It's smooth going down. It's a great bourbon if you can get a hold of it.
What you got, Eric?
Just want to do another taste test.
Sure.
I like 9. You know, I think I'm saving the 10 if we can ever secure something specific.
I think I know where my 10 is going to be if I can get my hands on it.
And you know where mine's going to be if we can get
Yeah,
our
yours
hands
is
on it.
birthday bourbon. I know that. I have never had
Yeah,
this.
there's a few that would probably be a 10 if I can. Well, I know one of them would definitely be a 10 if we can ever get it.
What would that be? What's your 10?
Pappy 23.
Okay. I've never had the 23. I have had the 20, and I would not give it a 10. It's
See, I've had the 23.
Yeah.
I've not had the other ones though.
Yeah.
The 23 is the only one I've ever had. Ironically enough, is the most. Yeah.
That is the unicorn.
That it's water. It's still. I mean, it's.
That
it's
is, yeah.
fantastic.
I'm sure it is. The 20 is really good. It's just I'm not going to spend $5,000-$6,000 on something like that. It's not anywhere close to that good.
But you mentioned birthday. I've not had the birthday.
Yeah, I have not had the birthday.
That's the Old Forester birthday bourbon.
New release every year, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a few other very, very, very ultra premium. So I don't want to put that in the same category, but it's going to bump up against it. I mean, this is
And that's
really
kind of
good.
the point. This holds its own against stuff that is designed to be considerably more rare than this. It still holds its own. It's that good. And that's, I think, when I give my 10 out, if I can get my hands on it, and it's outrageously difficult to find, and it's $400 to $600 if you can find it. I like the higher proof stuff. I like all the flavor profiles that come through that. There is a high proof version of Blantons. It's called Straight from the Barrel. They don't call it barrel proof or anything like that. It's called Straight from the Barrel. I am dying to get my hands on a bottle of that, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be my 10. And I don't know that anything else is going to compete with it.
Parting thoughts.
There's a reason why this is so desirable. And it's not just because it's been marketed well or because it's the latest fad. It's that good.
Well,
I think it really is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
there's a reason why they can charge $250
Yeah.
in the liquor store for it.
Yep.
Okay, when you're paying $63 at retail or whatnot when you go and get it. There's a reason for it. I mean, the bourbon is good.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what you're talking about. How you're starting to see almost a backlash.
Yeah.
Because it's become so difficult, and now you're seeing people popping up. Oh, it's not that great. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really it's really good. And I think more than that is just it was so underrated for so long, and now people think maybe it's become overrated because it's so tough to get.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it's necessarily overrated. It's very, very, very good.
Actually.
And the fact that just because everybody else likes something doesn't mean that it's bad.
Right.
Sometimes things are just really, really good, and people like it.
Actually, what we should be doing, we all gave this 9s or 9.5. And we're talking about how wonderful it is. Hopefully, there's a lot of people actually subscribing to the show. And so we need to be telling everybody how horrible this is. Spread the word so that we can get our hands on it.
Exactly.
Right? Little
You know,
reverse
I never thought
psychology.
about that. I tell you what we do really need to do is we need to do a show with some really bad bourbons, just to see where.
I know Chris has one in his office.
I've got one in my office that is genuinely horrible, and I'm scared to death that if we did that, we'd get hit
I don't
in a
even-
libel
we-
suit.
I don't even want to do that episode because I've already had
Well,
it.
we'd have to bring the
Bad.
Coke out. That's the problem.
No,
We'd have
you
to-
don't.
We'd have to bring
You
the Coke
can't
out.
mix this stuff good. We've tried. You can't. It's.
Yes.
But actually, I was thinking, and by all means, send us some email. Let us know what you'd like us to try. I was thinking a couple of them that we might do would be some blind taste tests of some really low expense things, under $30,
Yes.
right? That are easily found. And then another one that I thought might do, we might teach everybody what an infinity bottle is. We have one here in the office, which is interesting. So that might be a fun one to do. We're going to have to be creative to top this. That's how good this one is.
Yeah, it's not so much about topping it. I think, so what we were doing was I think we were trying to find kind of random bourbons that none of us had ever had before.
Yeah.
You got on a kick recently with, getting the stuff procured from Buffalo Trace.
Right.
So, we've been kind of revisiting some of our old favorites. Like I said, the Taylor, and now with this.
Yeah.
I haven't had these with the Taylor. I hadn't had them probably a decade. I haven't had Blantons in probably 4 or 5 years, at least. So it's been fun to revisit some of these, kind of, let's say, old faithfuls, if you will. So we definitely want to go back to trying some things that none of us have ever had, which is really, really easy to do. There's so many out there.
Yeah.
Outside of trying to procure those ultra rare
Right.
unicorns that we were just talking about earlier. But yeah, to your point, maybe we do a blind taste test on some episodes.
I think that'd be fun. So the challenge that I would have to everybody who's watching or listening is if we do a blind one, for say under $30. That should be an absolute cap. Which one should we put in there? Please do not say Heaven Hill Green Label, excuse me, because if you can find that, that's now $60. So it no longer qualifies. But yeah, if you've got something that's under $30, that's fairly easy to find at most decent sized liquor stores, let us know what that one is, and we'll put it in a blind taste test. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Well, I know a few that I still drink kind of
Yep.
more on an everyday basis because I've had to replace Eagle Rare. That used to be my go-to.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a few. Evan Williams Single Barrel, Elijah Craig. Those are a few that are still really easy to find. That are pretty low cost. That
Yep.
are,
We
the
were talking
value,
about this
they're
before the
fantastic.
show. Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. That one is readily available, and it's pretty good.
Yep.
yeah.
Right, and it's very cheap. I mean, you can get a 1.75 of that for under $30.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But this episode ain't about those. It's about
it's about this.
Sub
This is
lanes.
this magical elixir.
So with that being said, any parting thoughts, guys?
This is horrible. Don't ever drink this.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
Just awful.
Mm.
Don't go good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go good.
Wow.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate you spending some time here with us as we. This is how we spend our Friday afternoons on occasion, and especially when the market is in the toilet and we're trying to drink our sorrows away. So thanks for doing that with us today. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment, leave a rating. We really appreciate it. Make sure you share this content with any of your friends, family, anybody that you think would benefit from it, whether it's here on the Bourbon Show. Or whether it's our regular, more traditional Money Puzzle podcast where we're diving into finances and all that other boring stuff about the stock market. So with that being said, thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks.